What's going on, legends? Today is another little AFL 23, not rant, but it's more of a thoughts video. I've just had another amazing live stream with everybody here on Twitch and TikTok, so thank you to everybody that's been here. But we were brainstorming some ideas of what the game could improve on. I've actually written down a massive list of things that the game either doesn't have, that other games like AFL Evolution 2 do have, or things that like don't make sense that they need to fix as well. So it's more of a, this is almost a video to BigAnt to say, can you please fix these things to make the game that we want to be special and good actually turn out that way, rather than being a massive disappointment that it has been. It still astounds me that an AFL game would be released in such a state. The fact that the so much as like the scoreboards and like the video screens around the ground don't work. They're just black. There's nothing. It just takes away from the atmosphere. Anyway. So we have a massive list here that we're going to quickly go through of things that either don't make sense in the game, don't work in the game, or things that should be in the game. So we started playing tonight in a live stream, and we were playing a night game. Round 1, Geelong versus Collingwood. I decided to play as Collingwood, and it was at the MCG, which was half empty, which we'll address. Another voice crack. Love to hear that. And we decided that we saw, one of the boys in chat saw a red ball being used at a night game. Round 1 at the MCG, which makes no sense. Please put a yellow ball in the game, because that's what happens in the AFL. If a game is played at night, there is a yellow ball being used. Please put that in the game. The crowd sizes are ridiculously small. Just max out every seat. Just put a cardboard cutout in every seat. Make every third fan move or animated. Make all the others just fucking sit there. We don't care. The empty seats takes away from the atmosphere so bad. You play AFL Evolution, and the arena is so much more lively with all of the sprites being... They all move in that game. All of them. From the bottom tier to the top deck, there's some sort of movement. Even if it's 8-bit at the top deck. Just fucking make it happen. Fill the seats. The game feels empty, and it feels like we're playing in like the Sandful or the Waffle or the VFL, and no one gives a shit. That's really what it feels like. There's no 50-meter penalties that you can give away in this game. You can run over the line as much as you want, but the game doesn't allow you to, because the game, if you are on the mark as your player and you decide to change players, it stops your player from moving. So I don't know if that's their interpretation of the stand rule, or that's just how it's turned out. But there's no 50-meter penalties that I'm aware of. I've tried to give them away, and we haven't had any happen. So please put that in the game. That's a massive part of our sport. There was no players on the bench. There was no players on the bench. I played AFL Live 2004 yesterday, and there are players on the bench. This game doesn't have that. There is no interchange rotations. AFL Evolution 2, which I'm staring at the screen right now, has a bench, and if a player comes off, a player runs off, and the new player runs on. How do you miss out on these details? By the way, you miss all these fucking details, but you manage to put the CEO of the company holding the Premiership Cup. Where's your fucking priorities? Figure it out. Anyway, I'm not going to get too angry. No deliberate out of bounds. From what I'm aware, I have not been able to give one away. And I've handballed a ball 85 metres to the boundary line, and it's not been paid deliberate. Again, that was a glitch, but still, it hasn't worked. So I don't know, again, where is that rule? Because it should happen. There should be times when you have a ball up on the boundary and the ruckman taps it over on the full, like they do in Evolution 2. If the tap goes out on the full, it is an immediate free kick to the other team. Make it happen, BigAnt. There's no speccies. No hangers. No high-flying marks. Jeremy Howe can't fly. Do you know, like, that is one of the best parts of our game. Almost one of the highlighted, Other than goals of the year, the next best thing is the mark of the year. So we can't take it's all just contested grabs, no spoils. Anyway, we'll get into them as well. But how have you not enabled speccies or hangers or screamers or anything? It's so vanilla and boring, this game. AFL Live 2004 has speccies in the game. You might take a specky on thin air, but at least they're in the game. Sort it out. There are still no stats. By the way, this is day 5. So this is day 4. The game released on the 4th. Today is the 7th. So yeah, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. So 4 days. Day 4. My day 4 rant. It's not really a rant, but it's a list. Fix a list of shit to fix. Fix it. So there's no stats. I don't know who's kicked what. I don't know how many touches Dacos has had. I don't know how many hardball gets he's had. Like, I don't have how many goals Franklin's kicked. Nothing. It's just team stats. That's it. Pathetic. Sort it out. The ground scoreboard screens are black. I've already addressed that. But again, AFL 2004 seemed to be able to do that from what I remember. How does this game not have that? It is literally a copy-paste of what we see up to the scoreboard. Just do it. It's not hard. I'm doing it right now on my software. Surely you have the software to do it. The ball bouncing physics. When you kick a ball 60 meters or 50 meters and the ball literally lands right here and bounces right here. If I kick a ball as hard as I can like that, physics tell me it should bounce like that. However, you kick a ball like this, it bounces and it literally just like floats like it's an air balloon. Like what is happening here? Fix the physics of the ball. That's not how the ball works. It is not 99.9% air. Fix it. Make the ball run on more properly like it does in Evo 2 and things like that. It doesn't have to be fucking perfect, but they're not kicking a balloon out there. There are glitches when... So they did try to fix the tackles. Props to BigAnt for attempting to fix the tackles. But they're still fucked. They're still broken. If somebody tackles you when they're like 4 meters away, but they've literally... You're running away, and then all of a sudden, bang, they've got you. When you have like 4 meters and they just grab you as you're kicking. That's not fixed. That's shit. Fix it. It's not great, right? They should tackle you when they're A, close enough to tackle you, and B, if I literally have dropped the ball and the ball's about to hit my foot, don't have it glitch them to tackle me and then incorrect disposal. On the flip side, I tackled the opposition, illegal disposal, and it's not paid. So fix that as well. Make the umpire call it both fucking ways. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit over this game now. Completely, utterly over it. I've gone back and played AFL Evolution 2 twice because of the amount of glitches I've had. For those of you that don't know, on our streams, by the way, we do have a running counter, of how many crashes we have had. And it is sitting at a nice grand total of 36. Frustrating. A game being released should not crash that many times in about 10 hours of playing it. There's no smothers in the game, that what I've seen. I haven't seen any smothers. The only smothers that happen are accidental smothers. So a kick into somebody or a player is in the way and you kick it into him. But that is not a smother. A smother is 2 hands, smothers the ball. That's what happens in AFL Evolution 2, Evo 1, and so forth. Put that in the game, please. It's unbelievable the amount of shit that's in this list that is not in the game. The other games do have, by the way. The AFL Grand Final logo, so the Toyota AFL Grand Final Premiership Season 2023 logo that they make is not, hello dog, is not on the ground when you run out and play. Make that happen. And if you want to get even more detail into the game, put it on their jerseys for the Grand Final. That would be a massive win. If I can do it on creator mode in Evolution 2. I'm pretty sure you guys can do it developing a video game. When a player plays on... Oh, you get played on... Okay, so a player... Like, I take a mark, and the game automatically plays me on for no reason when I don't press any buttons. So I'll take a grab 15 meters out of my goal, and naturally what the players normally do is walk back up their line to go and, like, get away from the opponent. Sometimes it just automatically plays on, like I've decided to play on, when I haven't. I haven't pressed the wrong button. I haven't pressed play on button. I get tackled immediately, and it's holding the ball. But I didn't play on. So what are we doing here? The other one is you can't watch a replay in the last quarter of a game with the fear of it crashing. Because for me, it has legitimately crashed about 30 times trying to see something funny that's happened in the last quarter of a game. I would like to see stuff. If I kick a cool goal in the last quarter of a grand final and I want to watch the replay for it, I should be able to watch the fucking replay for it. The ball in the air physics as well. We covered the ball bouncing off the ground, but also the ball in the air. Like I said before, it's not a fucking balloon. If the ball is traveling a certain speed, the velocity should not slow down as much. It should keep going, right? It should still go at the same pace and make that arc happen. It shouldn't arc up and drop like it does in the game. Fix that, please. The match summary, when you pause the game in the middle of any game right now as a part of day 4, it says January 1st, 2077. It's embarrassing. How? How is that in the game? How? I don't understand. You couldn't have put it as 2023. If it's January 1st, 23, I understand. It's the right year. That's 54 fucking years away. Come on. Sort it out. The difficulties. The game is too easy. On easy, easiest, medium, hard, and hardest. I can outmark everybody 100% of the time. If I don't time it perfectly on Evo 2, I don't mark the ball. Right? It should be like that in the other game. So make it happen. Make the difficulties a little bit harder. Sort the tackling out. Sort the marking out. The handballs, the next one. The handball mechanic is broken. The players will have the ball. They'll almost stop, come to a halt, and then handball the ball. Or they'll, like, handball it and it just won't go where I intended it to go. There's been multiple times I was running into an open goal with a teammate 5 meters in front of me and someone right behind me about to tackle me. I tried to handball it to him and it went over out of bounds. And I guarantee you if I paused it at that point and tried to see the replay of why that happened, it would have crashed. And that's crap. Fix it. So that is the majority of the list of things that we've gone through. There are plenty more that we are going to try and find to help these guys. I really do hope that someone along the way finds this video from BigAnt. Please, give us the game that we want. We were hyped for your game, and it's been nothing but a letdown. You have over-promised and under-delivered. We want to have fun with your game. We want to make good memories with your game. We want to have good matches. We want to have fucking good banter. There is nothing to this game right now. It is bare bones. I have gone and made in Evolution 2 my own custom team, custom logos. Perfect, right? And I can go out and I can put my own custom player in there and I can have a good time. But I can't right now with this game. I can't do anything. I've played a full season mode and that took me so fucking long to get through. And I've tried to play a grand final 8 times, which crashed. And the grand final opening sequence is dog shit. Make it better. There are certain aspects of that grand final opening sequence that are embarrassing. Just like my voice cracked just then. The fact that the CEO and probably one of his buddies is walking up with the Premiership fucking cup and placing it on the fucking pedestal. You guys at BigAnt have a roster of AFL legends coming into this game. If this guy has this cup in his hand 9 months from now, That is a fucking load of shit. If you put Nathan Buckley into this game and someone playing as Collingwood gets to a grand final and that dude or whoever, the other Collingwood legend, doesn't put the cup with the team that they're versing, let's say it's the Crows and it's Mark Bickley. If Mark Bickley and Nathan Buckley don't put the fucking cup on the pedestal and it's some two dickheads in outfits that look ridiculous, I'll be fucking sick, right? It's embarrassing. We don't want to fucking see you. Get out of the game, all right? For fuck's sake. Right, I'm going to try and not get too negative about that stuff anymore. But that is really fucking annoying every time I have to see it. Another thing I'm going to add in too. The final series, really? No national anthem until the grand final? The best thing about Evo 2 is the final series. You play the final series, you get the anthem, you get the teams lined up, you get the whole camera angle, the whole way, the look back on the team after you've done it, the umpires, now to the other team, the whole way down the roster, look back up at the end, and then the big pan back shot. As the anthem finishes, the crowd noise gets fucking louder, the seats are fucking filled, and the fucking roar goes up, and it fucking gives you goosebumps, and the game looks like crap on Evo 2. Don't get me wrong. The game doesn't look good, but it's the vibe, it's Marbo, it's fucking everything, right? It works. This game has none of that. It feels artificial. Half the anthem gets cut off. It just doesn't work. Fix it, right? The presentation at the end of the game is elite. The best on ground, the captain and the coach get the cup. Nailed it, right? Fix the first half. Piss off the CEO. Piss off the guy that flips the fucking coin. I don't know who he is. Put a kid in there. Put some little fucking thing in there. I don't care. I don't want to see it. Give it to the fucking umpire, right? Just give it to the umpire. It's just easier. Right, that's my little rant. So I've tried to address things as calmly as possible. The thing is that I'm so annoyed about is this game was meant to be so good. We've all pined for a really good AFL game for so long. We've never had one, right? The best AFL games are back on the PS2. If we're being real, my favourite game's AFL Evolution 2. AFL Evolution 2, but also AFL Live 2004, right? Because it just worked. The vibe was there as well. Dennis Cometti, that velvet voice, it just worked. And there's so many things in that game that this game doesn't have. It's embarrassing. Sort it out. That game's 20 years old. The goal kicking mechanic is the other thing. The goal kicking mechanic, fix it. Half the time it's good, half the time it's shit. If I'm on an angle and I kick a goal, I don't need the angle. These are the goals right here. And this is the goals here. I need to open it up, right? If I'm kicking a ball like that as a snap, I don't need the camera right here. I need the camera back over here where I'm kicking the ball so I can see it go through the goals. Don't cut it. When you kick a long drop punt and the ball stays behind the guy and I can see it go in, happy days. Needs to be a bit higher over the shoulder, not under his bum hole. But it works. Same thing. Just leave it. Let me see the ball go in the goal through a snap or a check side, right? Leave it. Don't fuck around with it. Don't make it harder to see. All right, that'll do. That's nearly 20 minutes of your time of me ranting. I'm going to put that up, and I will see you guys in the next rant. These updates are coming out tomorrow, so we might have another one of these tomorrow. But I'm going to put this up straight away tonight. Enjoy, guys, and thank you for being here. If you made it this far, in this rant, comment Baba Booey, and that will be awesome. I will shout you out in the next video. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you then. Bye-bye.